Trump has stated that he wants to do away with the 14th Amendment. Now, he didn't flat out state that. He stated he wanted to do away with natural and birthright citizenship. You know, the one thing that qualifies you to be president, natural born citizen. You know, the one thing the 14th Amendment clarified, he wants to do away with that. And the reason is because he thinks it would be a good way to control immigration. It's honestly the most short-sighted, stupidest plan ever to control illegal immigration. I'm going to go quickly why it's a bad idea, and I'm going to tell you my solution to the anchor baby problem, which might be cold-hearted, but it's the best solution available because I totally don't want to do away with the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship. But first, let's talk about why birthright citizenship is important. One of the main reasons why it's important is because it is one of the few things that keeps us safe. The 14th Amendment has never been chipped away at, and that's good. Most of the Bill of Rights have been chipped away at, but the actual 14th Amendment, not so much. Matter of fact, if you ever, I know I'm not supposed to dish out advice here, but if you ever get in some constitutional trouble, you want to take someone to court over a congressional issue, which you do, not congressional, I guess, Congress, Constitution, congressional, maybe. But yeah, if you ever need to go and it's a constitutional issue, try the 10th Amendment before any others, because that one is vague enough that you can get to mean pretty much anything you want it to mean. But that's a whole entire different topic. Now, the reason why, as I was stating, the 14th Amendment is so important is because when the government can willy-nilly start deciding who is and isn't a citizenship, and they can make just random laws that aren't beholden to anybody, not even the Constitution or the people, because the 14th Amendment is way sided towards more the people than it is the government. In fact, that is the most, out of all the Constitution, that is the most people for the people amendment that's ever been passed. It doesn't have to do anything with taxes. It is completely for the citizens and the populace of the United States. It's the most, I would say it's the most anti-government amendment we ever had. And I know that may not make sense, but honestly it is. Because it is the one thing that says the government can't say, well, if you're of this religion, or if you were born from this nationality, or if your parents were this nationality, or or if you have buck teeth or red hair or whatever, it keeps the government from saying that those people aren't citizens. Because honestly, we had to have an amendment for that. We really did, because the government did stupid shit before that amendment was passed. And it was proposed way before slavery. In fact, that amendment, even though it's the 14th, people think it's connected to slavery, it's honestly not. It was actually meant for what were called, used to, there was a program in the United States that if you had life in prison, they would make you a slave of a family. That's why there's a clause in there for unless you had, I think it's like a court or whatever. Yeah, it's in there somewhere. The only way you can actually be put into servitude is if the court says so. That was because back then it was popular to throw prisoners, and basically make them slaves to a family. That was a thing. But any other things, you were a citizen. And that was great. Now, my solution to the anchor baby problem that Trump thinks that doing away with the 14th Amendment would solve, which really it wouldn't solve anything. It would just make the government have way more power and will allow the government to do way more abuses than it currently can. My solution would be that when we deport a family back, if their kids were born here, they're put into foster care. And it's set up in such a way that's not even from the same state. If they were deported from California, their kids would be put in foster care in Ohio. Because that way, that the parents would never be able to find their kids, ever. And it would disincentivize coming here illegally, because if these immigrants knew their kids would be taken away and they will never see their kids again, they wouldn't come here illegally. They would not take that risk. Well, most people wouldn't, because most people love their kids more than anything in the world. And if they knew that their kids would be taken away and they will never see their kids again because they'd step foot on U.S. soil, they probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, taking away the 14th Amendment, making sure that, and giving the government the ability to just willy-nilly decide who's citizens and who's not, I'm not for that.